still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! Scores really quickly, Origi!
Welcome to pre-match Muti. We've got our usual lads here. Wanga Dega, the Degasaurus, the Dega Data, and then we've got Claudio Barrero. Claudio's looking a bit happier now that Liverpool finally won a match. All the way
Damn right.
And then we've got Opta Rich. He's got some stats for us. I don't know what stats he's got, but hopefully it's all about Man United and West Ham. And then we've got Coach Nick. The fearless man. The man is about to go make it big. He's about to be a PSL coach in the next 3 years. You know what I mean? His job
we can only hope.
It's going to happen.
But I like you said, he's about to be a Premier League manager in the next 3 years. The way in which the word "about" is used there, the timelines of it, make it seem like it's right next door.
Succession planning, man. Succession planning. He's got to do the hard graft of being a manager of the current team that he's got, the Varsity team. You know.
Yeah, got to work hard.
Definitely. Remember, he's got 3 trophies. He's got 3 trophies.
Nick, do you know when Varsity Cup is gonna start for soccer? Because I saw the rugby one is gonna be from the 4th of April to the 25th of May.
Yeah, so I think that's a very good sign for our tournament actually going ahead this year. The fact that rugby's going ahead, because I think rugby and football are the sort of money spinners when it comes to varsity sports in general. In terms of the revenue that they get from the sponsors, because it's 2 very big products here in South Africa. So yeah. I think it won't be the normal version of how we played, Claudio, where you go from week 1 to week 9. It's more than likely going to be a World Cup format in a bio bubble at some university. I think Tuks will have a good opportunity of hosting it if they host the rugby well. I think we lucky because we've actually got hotels on the property. We've got 2 hotels, got the HPC, and then there's a new hotel on the Rag Farm. So it would be quite cool to host it and then potentially win it. But yeah, we'll just wait and see. We'll also see how the vaccine rollout goes out. I would love to play in front of crowds, but if we can't, so be it. You still got to go get the job done.
Oh, man.
No, proper coach. We'll support from afar. If we can't get the stadiums.
100%. No, value you guys' support, and we'll take it from there, man. But tell me, Claudio, I want to speak about.
Wait, Nick, hold on. Wait. Before you continue, I just got a question. If they do go this bubble route, right,
yes,
where you guys are all located in the same sort of premises, etc.
Sure.
How does that work then in terms of, are you guys there for like 6 weeks, 7-8 weeks that you are stuck on the LC de Villiers property?
What they're doing for the rugby, from what I understand, is they're doing it, I think it's 6 weeks, 40 days. So it's 10 days on for varsity rugby, and then the next 10 days will be varsity shield. And then the next 10 days will be Varsity Cup Rugby, and then the next 10 days will be Varsity Cup Shield. So from what I understand is they might break it up because it might be challenging for kids that are obviously studying. But at the moment, studying is going to be done via the laptop anyway, via Zoom classes. So I don't see them, they would have had a year and a half of proper preparation in terms of studying online. I don't see why they can't continue with it. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I think the test run, the guinea pigs are the rugby, and if they can execute a successful tournament, I think we'll probably know a bit more in the coming weeks.
And one final question, Nick. Have you gotten to the point where you've got a final squad yet, or you still got some players in the fringes that you need to have that one-to-one conversation with?
Yeah, I've got a squad of players that I'm going to keep right now. I'm fortunate enough, actually, they opened applications for like 2 days this week up until Friday, from yesterday until tomorrow. And 2 NFD players. I don't know if you guys know Oswin Napolis. He plays for Supersport.
Yeah, I remember him.
He's on loan now.
Is he related to Dalen?
He might be, but he's a youngster.
I know
He's been in the PSL squad for Supersport a couple of times this season, but he's now on loan at Amatux. And then a left back or a left winger from Sundowns, Sianda Msani. We're going to try get them registered, and I think they can add a lot of value also because they're quite young. They're 19 and 20 respectively. So yeah, I've got a few boys that have just got contracts, and they were with the side last year, and they're still students. So in terms of that competition, I think we'll be very strong. So we've got a lot of depth. Competition for places, man. I need to grow a spine a little bit and a backbone to give these guys the bad news, bro. To sort of, guys work hard the whole week, and then you got to make it. You got to send.
You just got to do what they did at Touch, bro. You just got to do what they used to do. Whether it's literally, you don't have to have the conversation. It's just an envelope. They give you the envelope saying, "Hey, contract terminated. Thanks for coming." That's what they used to do.
100%.
Nick, final question from the viewers back home. Who is the greatest ginger player you've ever coached?
Yeah. Between you and your brother, I don't know. It's going to be tough, right? But I get bored of goalkeepers because I was a goalkeeper my whole life. So I like the way you played, Rich. So I'd have to give that award to you.
Love you long time, bro. Love you long time.
I gave this
lad
casual insider trading.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
100%.
Was it so great? That's why I just stopped playing football and now he's on goal lounge. Is that what's happened there?
we won the game with the clean sheets. We won the game with the clean sheets.
Where were you playing? Did I play you out of position?
No CDM there. No
CDM, right? Yeah, quarterback there. Quarterback.
Just banging the long diagonals.
I like Declan Rice, eh? I like Declan Rice.
Literally Declan Rice.
100%. Good memories, man. Good memories.
All right, lads. Thanks a nice little catch up. I'm sure everyone enjoyed that. It's actually the most, it's the most buzzed I've seen Rich, by the way, talking. Like, he's come on, he's like, hey, my coach is talking about me. Here's my moment to shine. But anyway, Champions League recap, guys. This week, we're going to start off with the Porto Juventus game quickly. For me, personally speaking, I think it was one of the best games of the season I've watched. I don't know what your thoughts are there.
Yeah, I think you went wild with the commentary on social media there. I saw, man, you were buzzing. You were like Pepe needs to still play for Portugal for the next 5 years type of vibes, But I think Juventus have themselves to blame. They were playing against 10 men from the 58th, 60th minute somewhere there, and they still got knocked out by the away goals rule. So they only have themselves to blame. That free kick wasn't amazing. Szczesny should have done better. Ronaldo shouldn't have turned his back on the shot as well. So yeah, man, they only have themselves to blame. They're not having a great season, Juventus, in Serie A, and obviously now being knocked out. So I wonder what they'll win.
But Porto also have a terrible record in Italy, from what I understand as well. So I mean, the stars were aligning for Juventus to come back in the second leg. I only watched up until they scored that penalty, and I thought it was an uphill challenge for them already when they conceded the penalty. But obviously, it looked like an exciting game. But what's quite remarkable is the two best players in the world are out in the last 16.
Yep,
crazy.
For the first time in 16 years, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Ridiculous.
Crazy.
But Ronaldo, Ronaldo didn't do much, guys. What did he do in that game?
Yeah, he was quiet.
No, but that's
had their
before we mentioned
chances. Jeez, they could have. What, they hit the bar twice, I think. That banger from long range.
Yeah, they had it.
And the Chiesa.
It was just Porto's
They had their chances, but nothing was clear.
100%.
Yeah, no. Like you said, it was Porto's day, but when I'm actually scrutinizing and I'm looking at this Juventus squad, and I'm going, if Juventus want to be world beaters on the same par as your Real Madrids and your Barcelonas, and I'm going to say Liverpool just for the case of the European sort of glory in terms of the titles that you have, if you want to be on that same sort of level, and you're looking man for man, Juventus, Guys, how many of those players deserve to be in that Juventus squad? If that's what we're going for, world beaters, Champions League competitors, week in, week out. You got Morata up front. You got Ramsey. You've got all these other random guys. Chesney should not be in goals for Juventus, in my personal opinion. If he couldn't hack it at Arsenal, how's he meant to be the number one at a club that's meant to be going to the Champions League final every season? If that's the aspiration,
Hold up. But Chesney's done his fair share when he went to Italy. Like George, he's done very well.
I like Chesney.
He did well.
He's done very well at the club.
But world beater.
That's
World beater though.
Look, he's no Lucas Fabianski.
He did very well when he was. He's done very well. Ever since he went to Italy, he's done very well.
Who's number one for Poland?
It's between him and Chesney. Yeah,
it's between the two.
They
I
kind of
think
alternate because I think Chesney. Yeah, go for it.
starts, yes. I think Chesney starts, doesn't he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Fabianski's got almost 100 caps, I think. So, well, he's definitely over 50 caps. So they must maybe alternate. But I think at the moment, Chesney probably just shades it.
Yeah, but also
maybe we'll have West Ham and Juventus in the Champions League group stages next season. We'll have Chesney versus Fabianski.
That would be actually dope. That would be actually crazy. No, but Claudia, I understand what you mean in terms of the players that Juventus have. But I think more than anything, right? Don't be critical of like a player like Morata, right? Morata can do the job. He deserves to be in a Juventus team. But then there are other players like a Ramsey who is like such a, and also the starting lineup that they utilize.
I don't buy that. I don't see you. You've just compared the two. Like, I don't see a Ramsey being that significantly that much better than a Morata. For me, in the same game, Morata's had a freshie on the edge of the box.
I'm saying Morata's better than Ramsey.
Yeah, okay, fine. If you're going to compare the two, but not by much. And if I'm saying Morata's leading the line with Ronaldo, like, how's Ronaldo? I don't know. Bonga, you're sitting quiet there. What are your thoughts in terms of Morata being in that Juventus team?
Look, I thought Ramsey just went there just to retire. To be honest with you, even and Morata, I've not rated him as a striker. I think Juventus could definitely. You're right. I think Juventus could find a better striker, a better one than Morata. I don't think he's of the caliber there. I think of the I don't think he matches that thing of a Juventus player. If you challenging, as you said, challenging for the big things in Europe. Ramsey, when he was at Arsenal, also not my favorite player compared to the other guys that were there at the time. But when he went to Juventus, I'm not much worried about him. And but I think he's a decent player. But now definitely, I don't think you're playing him to win a Champions League. Surely you can find a better player.
He's earning a paycheck. He's the top 5 highest paid players at Juventus. He shouldn't be
top 5.
The team.
Not even top 2.
No,
yes, top 5.
Top 5 highest paid at Juventus.
Yes.
Obviously, Cristiano and then Bonucci. Cristiano and Bonucci are the highest paid at Juventus. And then I think maybe it's Ramsey. Which is ridiculous, and then Rabiot as well. All these guys, they get on a free transfer. They pay them high wages, which is stupid.
True, yeah, because I don't have to pay them off.
Well, yeah, they do it because they're getting them on a free. But even Rabiot, for example, the only guy who was doing the growth. I think right now Juventus only have Chiesa. For me, is a quality player, like on the level. Yeah, he's on the level that Ronaldo can work with to try and win a Champions League. But this current squad, if Ronaldo stays there for another season, they go on to try and compete again. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, especially on top of all of that. You've got Pirlo, who's learning the trade. So he's got an average bunch of players trying to perform at a world-class sort of elite level with one world-class player. He doesn't know how to manage any of that, and I just think that's a lot of shit. Sorry, Nick, what are you saying there?
But tell me, do you think Porto, is there an opportunity for them to go on and, potentially, I don't know, a fairy tale story here, maybe go on and find themselves in the semi-final? They've done it before. They did it.
I don't know
with Mourinho. I don't know if they've got the ability. They seem like they've got the leaders and the passion. But yeah, it would be quite exciting to see another Portuguese team go as far as possible.
It would be great. The thing is, they don't have Benny McCarthy anymore.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
No Benny in the 18 area. No Benny in the 18 area. But Claudia, I guess You're just waiting for us just to ask you about Liverpool. So you can. Here's your platform. How do you feel? You guys won 4-0 on aggregate. Two goals.
No.
Yeah, but we've moved on from.
The Liverpool chat, I thought.
Or must we touch on Haaland and Sevilla? Haaland scored 2 goals. Actually, if you guys did you guys watch the penalty celebration he had?
What happened there?
He took the penalty. He took the penalty and then it got saved. And then when he was walking backwards, the goalkeeper was mocking him and saying, "No, you missed." And then obviously they said a retake, and then he scored the retake, and he went up close to the keeper. He's like, and then he left, and then the Sevilla players went on to him. Guys, like that match was. I'm surprised no one got a red card because Sevilla had 6 people yellow carded and Dortmund had 3. It was ridiculous.
Yo, he got to the head like that. Yes, that's it.
But he always does, guys. He always does. Do you remember the time he did that thing against PSG where he scored and then he did this thing, and then when Neymar scored at their stadium, and he also did he copied him. He gets into the guy's head.
Everyone did it. Yeah, everyone in the team did it.
Everyone did it.
That's incredible that he can get into everyone's head. That's what makes me laugh.
Did you guys hear his post-match interview afterwards, and then speaking about the situation, asking like, listen, what actually happened, blah blah blah, and his response reminded me of what Zlatan would say, just his whole demeanor. And I know he's got the same agent in Mino Raiola or whatever, but the man's got no fear, dude. He reckons right now he's on top of the world. He's like this force when he plays. He's directed goals. He's actually, and he said, they asked like, what happened with the Spanish goalkeeper or whatever. He's like, do you mind repeating what you said? He's like, I don't actually know what I said, but I'm pretty sure I can't say it. I just repeated what he told me. And he's like, but he was cheating, so it's fine. He got what he deserved. He literally said something like that. I was like, yo, Alan, this guy, and he's 20. I was like, crazy. And his new record, what's his new record? What is it? His new record? You guys know? Up to Rich there?
Quickest player to 100 goals or something.
20.
That's the other one. But this one's quickest to 20.
Yeah.
14 games
in the Champions League.
In the Champions League. So 14 games. The previous best was Harry Kane at 24, I think, and then Van Nistelrooy at 26 games. Crazy, guys. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
So, one last question before we move on.
Please tell us about Liverpool, man. You guys qualified. Tell us, man.
No, it's fun, dude. I'll touch on the Liverpool topic when we discuss the Liverpool fixture. I'm more than happy. Trust me, I'm very, very happy, man. And I'll touch on pretty much how it shook out last night. But one thing though, guys, the Messi Ronaldo sort of scenario. Will we ever see one of them winning a Champions League again?
I think
no, not for me.
I don't think so.
Maybe if Messi goes
it's
to
possible.
City, but I don't see him leaving now.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Even if he stays at Barca, I do think it's possible that Barca could win another one. Things are changing there.
Koeman can win a league, but not a Champions League, guys. Koeman.
No, but it probably won't stay the same. That's what I'm saying. But
no,
if Koeman goes and they change things,
if Koeman wins the league, he's gonna stay.
But are they
going to win this league? No ways. They're not winning this league.
But they're 6 points behind Atletico Madrid.
But doesn't Atletico have games in hand?
No, they played it yesterday.
Or is it? Oh,
they played the game in hand yesterday, so that's why they're 6 points behind. And I think it's one of those where Messi probably has the better chance to win the Champions League because of he's at Barcelona, and then Cristiano Ronaldo, where is he? You know what I mean? Where's Cristiano Ronaldo? Where is he going to go to? You know, if maybe Cristiano goes to, where can he go to win the Champions League, guys? He can go to PSG. He can go to PSG. PSG, I think if Cristiano went to PSG, then he could win the Champions League. Or if he went to Bayern. And Man United, no, man. I think he would have to wait another two seasons to 2 to 3 seasons to try and win it.
But look at Barcelona now. They especially after this news of them getting a new president and all, they've been playing well, very well. Even this game against PSG, Messi scored one hell of a cracker. I don't think anyone expected it.
Yeah,
but even the first half, Dembele, he wasted. 2-3 goals he could have had, and they were actually pretty good opportunities, especially the last one that he had where he just gave it straight to the keeper. I think honestly, they could have literally maybe even if they could have drawed the tie, I mean, it would have been probably 4-4, maybe 1 goal away. But and then Messi as well missing the penalty. A lot of things happening there at the moment. I think honestly, if they solve those problems of theirs and maybe stays another year, they get the players they need. I can see Barcelona challenging for another year for Champions League. I can, but in the sense of Ronaldo, I agree with you. Is that you don't know where the guy's going to play, and this depends where he's going to be at.
But can we all agree though he's not staying at Juventus end of the season?
I don't know.
think so.
Yeah.
I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Where would he go?
I just have no idea where he would go though. Where would he go?
Yeah.
Like he could maybe go to Man United, but I don't know where else would he go though. I mean, he's done it in Portugal, England, Spain, Italy. Is he going to go to France? I don't know. Depends.
He can
on
go back to, and also Sporting. He can maybe go back to Sporting, but also. Is Ronaldo?
Sporting, they're going to win their first league title this season.
Yeah, they're going to win their first league title in a long time. Yeah, so because they were like 6 points ahead of Benfica and Porto, like 9 points even ahead of Porto. But maybe he can go to America. What do you think?
I think it's
too soon.
I think it's too much of a drop down for him. The thing is, how long is his contract at Juventus?
I think maybe a year left. I think a year.
Yeah, because I could see him going to United for one last, hurrah, you know? I could see him going there to end off.
Like Henry.
But it's difficult to... Yeah, it's difficult to know.
To replace Cavani, because Cavani's got a baby on the way, so... let's see. I'm trying to see.
Is he giving birth? Because I don't see how else that's affecting his game.
Wait. So Ronaldo signed a 4-year deal in 2018, so it's going to last until 2020, guys.
No, 2020.
Okay, so he'll stick around.
2022.
So 2022. So one more season, guys. But what I was saying about Cavani is that Cavani's missus is about to have a baby, and the baby's going to be born in South America. So it'll be tricky for him to see the baby. So it's just the timing of the birth. So hopefully it's in the off season, and if it's in the off season, then it shouldn't be a problem. He'll go back to South America. Copa America is happening, I think, now. He'll play Copa America, see the baby as well and everything, and then come back. But it's because his dad was making comments to say that he wants to move back to South America and that Boca Juniors wanted to sign him. But he says that he wants to still play in Europe for another year because he wants to play in Europe for another season until the World Cup, and then he will go back to South America.
Okay. All right. I mean, that sounds fair enough. But, guys, now what we're going to move over to is the chat that we normally do, the chat that we are here to have, really, the fixtures for the upcoming Premier League weekend. And the first game we're going to touch on is a big one for the man in the top left corner. Is it top left or top right? I can't really tell.
Right.
Mr. Nick top right, Nick Stothard over here, Newcastle, Aston Villa. This is a relegation battle. They are fighting tooth and nail. And we know Aston Villa are a tricky side in the day, having a very good season. So, Nick,
I don't know what to think, to be very honest with you. I think I mentioned on Tuesday, we are capable of turning it on when we want to, but I just don't see it without our front three. At home, you would expect to put in a decent performance. And I think we are capable to potentially sneak something. Yeah, I think there's a draw written all over it. But obviously, it's well documented. There's deeper issues within the club. Obviously my feelings towards Steve Bruce. But he's going to need to shake it up. He's going to need to put players in there that really want to win. I look at a guy like Matt Ritchie. He's very limited as a player, but he'll die for the team. He's the type of player that you want in a relegation scrap, guys that have sort of been there, done that. I think Shelby's going to be key in this last sort of phase because he's been there as well. He's been relegated. He's come up. He's had some really good games and he's had some really shit games. So I don't know. It is going to be a tough one. And we start off on Friday night. It's going to be a really shit weekend if we start off and we lose.
Well, tomorrow night.
We could potentially drop into that bottom three if we do lose. I don't know. I think Villa do have their weaknesses at times. but they can really be deadly when they want to be. You know, Ollie Watkins and Grealish notably have been really, really good. And hopefully, you know, Steve Bruce was the centre back, but he hasn't really taught our players how to defend. So it's quite ironic that defensively we're very, very loose. So I'm hoping we can try and shut them out. And I think the midfield battle is going to be where it's won at the end of the day.
Nick, can I give you some optimism? Here comes up to Rich, boys.
Yes, up to Rich coming in hot.
Okay, so Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 11 games at home against Aston Villa. And Aston Villa have lost 4 of their last 5 games played on a Friday. So it's looking decent. It's looking decent, bro.
It's looking good for a win or draw. It's looking good for a win or draw. Not a
win or draw, eh? So that's when I make my bet. Sporting bet, I go win, draw, Newcastle.
Win, draw, Newcastle. 100%.
The problem is, I don't know where we're going to get our goals from. But you never know. Games like that, you know, it might be scrappy. I would go with Big Andy up top. You know, he put a controversial Instagram out on Monday or Tuesday, and it was a picture of him like this in training, and he had changed the filter to black and white, and his caption was, "I'm here standing in black and white." But like I think the photographer obviously took it. He was obviously complaining about something in training.
Was it Jesus?
But he was, he looked like Jesus. But he
was his hair down?
No. It was the guy on his Instagram. You'll see it, but I think it was a dig at Newcastle and Steve Bruce saying, "I'm here in black and white. Like, don't put me on for fucking 20 seconds. Like, that makes no sense."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if there's an agreement
especially when tractors take like 40 minutes to warm up anyway. You can't give it 30 seconds.
But listen, I tell you what, you know, like for all of Andy Carroll's flaws, you know, if I'm a centre back playing in the Premier League for any team, I would hate to play against him because he challenges for everything. His elbows are flying. You know, he is limited himself, but I think he can be effective. You know, we don't really have a game plan with Jolinton. You know, you might as well give the other lad a chance. And he's born and bred. He's a Newcastle fan. You know, those are the types of players that are going to get us out of the shit. Not some fucking arsehole from Brazil who has no idea what the club means to the fans, what it means to the city. So for me, I would play players who really are that really want to get us out of this predicament we're in. And I think I would go with Andy. I would go with the big man up top, and you know, sort of play in a way where it frustrates a very good ball playing team. And maybe we can get something out of it. You know, with those stats, Rich, you make me sleep at night, bro. You make me sleep at night.
I like to hear. Come on the team.
Here's the second omen. Pumalani is coming out saying Aston Villa running out of steam. Newcastle can get points here. And it was interesting. You told us all to take part in that relegation prediction thing on one of the websites. And I can't believe, and several ended up with a similar sort of result. We can't believe how we did this predictor and Newcastle survived in both of our predictions. So
it's quite a cool way to actually see it, because you know, people can just say, you know, pundits are saying, no, Newcastle have enough to stay up. They've said that the whole season, and look at the shit we're in now. But if you actually look at the fixtures, Fulham have some tricky fixtures. Brighton have some very hard fixtures. We have some very hard fixtures, but we've got some direct opponents where we need to get points. This week and against Brighton and Burnley, it's a must. You know, if we can get a couple of points there, you know, you put less pressure on yourself playing against your Liverpools, Man Uniteds, or not Man Uniteds, Man Cities and Spurs come the end of the season.
Because also I saw that a lot of the teams still have to play Leeds, Southampton. When I was doing that predictor, I saw like Leeds and Southampton, and it's almost one of those things where it could go either way. It could be a draw, win, or loss. For Fulham, Newcastle, and Brighton playing against Leeds. I can't remember if it was all three playing against. Maybe
we're not playing. We've played Leeds already, but
so you played Leeds. So does Sheffield, Brighton, and Fulham.
Yeah.
Leeds could wipe the floor with them, win 3-0, but also Leeds could lose 2-1.
That's the thing. It's a flip of a coin.
You don't know. Yeah.
Leeds have got the third worst defensive record in the league. That just shows you about how expensive they play.
And also, most of those teams also have to play Southampton. Southampton, yesterday against
they're not
City,
out of it.
Southampton,
They're not out of
Well,
it yet, eh?
Southampton was playing like Leeds yesterday. They were so rubbish yesterday. Like they were. I felt like I can see why they lost 9-0 against Man United. You know what I mean? It's not like a fluke. Like literally, Man City could have, if they wanted to score more goals yesterday, they could have
100%.
won literally 8-2 yesterday.
100%. Listen, I don't think Southampton are out of it. They're in a much better position, obviously, than us. But I personally think this is going to come down to the last two games for Newcastle. We play Sheffield United. You know, I'm sure most of you had maybe said Newcastle will win there. But we lost to Sheffield United in the first game of the season. So it's going to be tough. And then we play Fulham on the last day. So we have two 6-pointers there. You know, Sheffield United will probably be gone. But if we can get 6 points of those last couple of games, I hope it doesn't go as late as that because I won't have fingernails left.
Yeah.
Nick, sorry, I'm going to cut you off because we got an invasion.
We have an invasion from West Ham here. Unnecessary invasion.
So we're here to welcome
That's
West Ham.
my guy Ant. That's my guy Ant from Mind United, the main man from my channel. Absolute legend. Thanks for joining, Ant, you biscuit. Thanks for joining, mate.
Thanks, Ant. We appreciate it and supporting you, man.
Yeah, I can't be happy about teams that I'm playing this weekend joining the show. You know what I mean? You know, but it's okay.
Hammer's
It's okay.
Army's taking over, boys.
Where's Sky? Where's Sky when I need him? Where's Sky when I need him?
We might as well just jump into this one, the Man United versus West Ham game, guys. I mean, who wants to start this? Up to Rich, you can give us a go because you got your stats ready. You let's open up the floor with you.
Okay, boys. So it's not a stat. It's a question I'm going to ask you guys. The last time Man United did the double over West Ham, guess who their manager was?
David Moyes.
Last time.
Bang, correct. David Moyes. How's that? The last time they did the double over West Ham, David Moyes was their manager. And West Ham are looking to become the fourth London club to win at Old Trafford this season. The last time that happened was in 1986. So there's some incentive there. London clubs are coming, boys. But yeah, honestly, it's a game that historically we've struggled in away from home. Last season, I think we got a point. So, you know, we're going in with a bit of confidence. The Leeds result was a great win, 2-0. First half, I thought we played well. Second half, I thought we played poorly. But it's a sign of how far we've come as a football club that we can play badly for the whole second half, still come away with a clean sheet and a 2-0 win against the Leeds side that are free-flowing. They do tend to score goals. So to shut them out was great from our point of view. And you know what? It's a good time. We're in good form. We're feeling good. This season, we've just had such a fearless mentality. You know, we can honestly, on our day, go to any team and get a result. So I'm feeling quietly confident. But, you know, historically, we have really struggled at Old Trafford. So it will be an interesting game, that's for sure. Selo, what's your thoughts, bro?
No, you guys. I remember the one match you guys didn't struggle was when Tevez scored on the last day of the season. I remember all of that. But it's actually good that Lingard can't play this game because he's been on form. Even though he missed the penalty, but at least he converted the rebound. He must leave penalties to Declan Rice, man. He must stop being greedy. I was like, what are you doing, man? You know. But I think personally, we've got some injuries, which is not good because Donny van de Beek, Rashford, Pogba, Cavani are out. So it'll be interesting to see how we play tonight against AC Milan. And then obviously, hopefully we can take that form into the game on Sunday. It'll be a tricky one. You know, we play against another team that's in the top 6. So, you know, West Ham is probably gonna allow us to have the ball a bit more because we tend to struggle against teams that allow us to have the ball. You know, when teams come at us, that's when we will obviously dominate and make sure that we get the goals. And we're playing at home. Our away record is the one that's always got me comfortable, and I don't have sleepless nights. But when we play at Old Trafford, you know, even Sheffield can win at Old Trafford. So if Sheffield can win, anyone can win.
You know what's crazy though, Selo? You know what's crazy? I think it's the last 3 or 4 games we've played you guys. We've gone into halftime a goal up. We've been winning at halftime, and then second half the wheels come off. I don't know what it is about us when we play against you guys, but we start very well. and we tend to really struggle in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see how the game goes.
Do you ease off or what? What do you think? Do you guys ease off?
I don't know what it is. I think the last game we played, we were 1-0 up at half time, and then there was that VAR incident where we were a bit upset when the ball going out, and Moyes, threw his hands up in the air, and I think that definitely changed the game. Then you've got Pogba scoring a screamer to get you guys, was it level or ahead? And I think from there our heads just dropped because we were so deflated. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm feeling quietly confident.
But in terms of if the Milan game will impact us, I think. Shaw has been given a rest. Lindelof has been given a rest, so it can.
Sorry, Settle. Look at that. AC Milan have taken the lead. They've taken the lead.
Taken the lead. Oh, no.
Scored Zlatan.
Wow.
Yeah, but
no, Zlatan's injured. He's not
just
playing.
to add,
Zlatan isn't playing.
Milani.
No,
Come
what do you
on.
mean? What does it mean? No, VAR.
But there's a missed penalty there.
It's just
cancelled.
Kumalani,
you're giving fake news here, man.
Man, don't get me. I don't know that happened. But the Milan game can definitely affect us, guys. A team playing on a Sunday, Thursday thing. I mean, Thursday, Sunday is a bit tricky, but luckily we are playing at home, so it's not like we have to travel all the way from. At least Italy is not far from England, but imagine we were playing against what's Tottenham playing against Dinamo Zagreb. Imagine now you have to go to Croatia and you have to come back from Croatia and come back to the UK. Man, let's hope we don't pick up any injuries in this game because we are a bit thin currently, and Solskjaer doesn't make substitutions, so he's gonna play these 11 guys today. And he'll probably make one sub, which is rubbish. You know what I mean? Let me do an Opta Rich. The top 5 players to have played the most minutes in the league this season. How many Manchester United players do you guys think are in the top 5 most minutes played this season?
Based on what you said before,
Fernandes,
definitely. I think probably all of them.
So how many in the top 5, guys? But how many in the top 5?
5.
Okay,
in the top 5 in the league, how many Man United players are there?
It's 4, guys.
In the league.
That's
4.
a lot.
It's 4.
It's 4 in the league. It's Maguire at number 1, Wan-Bissaka at number 2, Tielemans at number 3, and then Bruno Fernandes at number 4, and then Marcus Rashford at number 5. Imagine, guys, that is the most minutes played in the Premier League for the whole league. The whole league.
I'm surprised you never said Martial, bro.
He hasn't played, man. He hasn't played.
I thought you were just gonna add him in the top 5 just for some control there, bro.
That's his vibe there. Rich.
But listen. I want to just quickly ask you, Richard, that goal quickly. That goal you scored, that corner, I'm actually going to use it this weekend. I thought it was quite a cool way of setting up, where you had 2 on the edge of the box and the rest of the players crowding the goalkeeper, and you literally just have a free run up into a whole bunch of space there. Where I think who scored it? It was the defender,
Craig Dawson.
Craig Dawson. I thought it was such a well-worked corner, and like the commentators didn't really give it that much praise, but I thought it was tactically straight from the training ground. I thought it was epic.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something we've obviously worked on, and we've got someone in the form of Craig Dawson, who, by the way, has been an absolute dream signing for us. When he first signed, I had really low expectations, and he has turned into an absolute monster. And you see the way that we attack corners. We have guys like Souček and Dawson who will run through a brick wall to get on the end of a ball, So when you've got those type of characters, it's amazing. And then just to go to Ant's question there on who I'd replace Lingard with, I would probably bring in Jared Bowen. He's struggled the last couple of games with form, but I think he's got that pace on the counter-attack. If we sit a bit deep, you've got someone like Bowen, you've got Benrahma. I'd play 4 Niles. I'd play 3 just behind Antonio. And I think there's enough there, especially if Benrahma turns it on. He's due a goal, so hopefully he can do that.
Yeah, he deserved a goal the other night, I thought. He had a couple of tasty shots there outside the box. It was
Yeah, man, I'm
he had a good
surprised
game.
Benrahma hasn't scored yet for you guys, eh?
It's so frustrating because he is so good technically, and he'll have such good games where he'll beat 4 guys, but his final shot lets him down every time. And it's only a matter of time before he hits one top bins, and hopefully it will be at Old Trafford. What a place to score your first goal.
Rich, can I ask you a question? I think he's just a poor man's Hatem Ben Arfa. He's the goat when it comes to those types of players, man.
Remember that goal? Remember that goal Ben Arfa scored at Goodison? Do you remember that goal he scored at Goodison?
There were so many.
Yeah.
He had one against Bolton. He had one against Blackburn. He had so many, bro. Like he was such a treat of a player, but a guy that wasn't managed properly. I love him. He's still killing it in France. He's playing for, I think, Nice. He's really good.
Yeah, he's a baller. He's a baller.
He was always a naturally talented player.
But he went through a stage where he was very overweight. I think he was at
used to
60 points, and he was just massive.
But bro, he used to come back like from preseason, and he was just not preseason, just before preseason on his holidays, and he just blow up. And then there's this fat thing, but he could still jam, bro. But then he ended up playing. He ended up playing for PSG. Like
Yes,
he's had a whirlwind of a career, that guy. But anyway,
yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm just going to move it along to the next game, largely because Wonga's been sitting here quietly, waiting, and just going, he's ready to take this crown in North London. It's going to be the North London derby there, Arsenal versus Spurs. He's so confident in this result that Matt's actually not on the show because I think he's scared of what Wonga's going to bring him tonight. Am I right there, Wonga?
Nah, bro. Yes, Arsenal is up and down. Lost.
He knows, bro. He knows his nemesis Gareth Bale is ready for him, bro. And if Gareth Bale scores a goal against Arsenal, one will be like, yes.
I looked at it, but I remember clearly every time we played against Tottenham and Gareth Bale was there, that guy decided to score. And I mean, even in tight situations, you just flip and open up everyone, and then go one man and then put the ball in the back of the net. Real Madrid did us a big favor by flipping taking him away. Jeez. But now he's back again. Got Son on form, Harry Kane as well. Harry Kane scoring from anywhere. Can even score a corner. You never know. It's very worrying, and Arsenal.
I think your voice is trembling as you said, like you're saying it, you're thinking about it, and you're like, oh shit, what's coming my way?
Score a corner.
The problem is you see, like, if I come here every week and then you see, like last week I said Burnley, we needed to win. Burnley were, definitely a poor team. Arsenal got scoring capacity, and then we came out just with a draw. It's just the inconsistency is incredible. And now you're going to play against Tottenham. And we were pretty much in the same situation we played the last time. I'd say it was pretty much the same feeling. We lost against Tottenham, and then, defense wasn't up to it. Son had lots of space, and he just flipped and curled that in. And from there, it was just downhill. So, coming into this, Saka's proved himself. I think definitely for me, obviously he starts. Everyone knows he starts. I think one change I would make in the game is start Cedric and not Bellerin. I think Cedric when he plays.
Why is that?
For me, I think Cedric looks a bit more. In fact, he looks a lot more. He looks. I would say more alert. Looks like he wants to get to the ball first. Looks like he wants to win everything. Going forward, he could be a bit better, I think. But it's not that bad. I don't know. I watch Bellerin, and at times I just don't think he's giving his 100% for the team. I don't know what it is, but it's not the same player I saw when he first started for Arsenal.
I've got an answer to that.
Yeah.
It's because he's busy modeling on the weekends and his off hours.
He's
modeling.
There's
a preference. But also the trees he's saving. He's saving trees, he's modeling, and he's playing football. I think football's third on his list, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, I also think so as well. I saw when he signed for Arsenal, his Instagram page went skyrocketed. Then he went into that, started doing the modeling stuff, and saying things like he's gonna. Even the trees thing as well.
No, but the guy, even he's a stylist for you guys when you guys wear suits. Apparently, I think he styles you guys.
100%.
He does. Bro.
He knows his shit.
He styles you guys.
I agree. It's quality.
like,
You said so. Who said it? Was you, Wonga? Yeah.
yeah, I'm saying. I mean, if he, I wish he could actually play as good as he styles himself during the week and for his photos, because he would be buzzing. I mean, having tyranny and that down the right hand side, no one will touch him in the league, and he has the potential to probably be one of the best, to be the best right back in the league. But yeah, I don't know what's happened to him. I'm not saying he's a horrid player. I just think he could do more with that. And what else did I say? Oh, another one. Out in the midfield, if Partey doesn't trip during today and up until Sunday, then he must play next to Al-Neni, not Xhaka.
Guys, is it a West Ham? Is it a West Ham takeover? What's happening, guys, today?
Oaks, this is Robbie.
I think so.
Absolute
I think
legend. Absolute legend. This man is a legend. Thanks for tuning in,
Okay,
Robbie.
Is he also a hammer?
He's not a hammer. He's not a hammer. But I'm trying to convince him.
Okay,
What is Robbie?
good. How's it,
Who's
Robbie?
backing
How's it, Robbie? You can support Man United, Robbie. Come on, support Man United, Robbie. Come on, man.
Wonga,
Just support United on the weekend. So you can great.
I'm going to put your mind at ease. You've only lost 2 of your last 35 home games against Spurs, so you can be confident. And you are winless in your last 5 games against Spurs in all competitions, and you've never gone 6 games winless against them before in your history. So something has to change.
And Maruno as well. How's
listen.
our record against Maruno?
I haven't checked that. It hasn't come into the Optimist database yet.
Against who again? One guy.
Maruno.
Yeah, Maruno.
Yeah, whenever he says that, I actually think Mourinho, boy.
Same.
Same
Potato.
Yeah. Very good, Nick.
What do you think about Pumalani saying Xhaka can be? I mean, we all know the latter part of this sort of statement, but he can be Arsenal's best player and worse. I mean, has he ever been your best player? Ever?
No. When has he been our best player?
Like he's been, there are matches where Xhaka is the man of the match. He's the best player for Arsenal.
Okay. No, sorry. I agree with that, Silo. Sorry.
That's what he's saying. He can be Arsenal's best player on that day, and then next week he's the worst player. That's what Pumalani is saying.
But you say the next week, not the same. The thing is, for me, the fact I can be like that in one game, and it's for me that's the problem. It's like Theo Walcott. Let's say, for instance, there was this thing hype about him being. I never rated him. I can't lie to you. I was like, wow, he's quick. And yeah, he scored his goals, fair share of goals, but he was not. He was never the player
final
that
balls. That guy never had a final ball.
Yeah, he never had a final ball at all. No. And he was just quick. Even now, you can watch him. He's the same player now that he was back there at Arsenal. Xhaka, goodness me, he doesn't even have pace. He's got a shot on him. I think that's where we can say it. That's it. That's all he has. And for me, if you're looking, like you say, Arsenal, they're rebuilding. They're trying to make. Obviously, they want to compete for Champions League and all those things. There's not been any intent to replace Xhaka, and that's what I can see. They've backed him up. They said he's going to be integral to that. Those were Arteta's words, and I can't see us, especially someone like they gave that stat where he says he's made 8 errors that have led to goals, and for me that's the problem there. Gee whiz, I mean, and sometimes it's like careless things, like you don't need to put a foot out, boom, penalty, and then he gives it, And other games, like you say, he's got a good shot, but when do we see it like once or twice, and then you never see it again in the league? That's not enough for me. It's not enough. We need a lot of consistency, and especially like games against Burnley where we cried for this. Like if Arsenal had won the games that they were supposed to have won, I'm telling you, would have probably been a bit closer than we are now. I mean, Liverpool have dropped enormous amounts of points. They're actually close to Arsenal. Would have probably been ahead of them.
Yeah, true. You should have taken advantage of the 6 consecutive losses. Yeah.
Yes, Tottenham will lose.
We are having a terrible.
It could have been way better.
Liverpool are having a terrible season, but they'll never finish below Arsenal.
Imagine, guys. That's how it is. Yeah. That's how poor Arsenal are, guys.
Someone take note of that. We heard that. Let's see.
We heard this first.
Imagine
What-
Arsenal pull something
what
out the
show?
bag.
What number
first,
show?
comment
What show number is this? Show number what, Claudio? So we go back into archive
25.
on.
Oh, God, something we need to mention. You know, Silo has 100% attendance record for tonight's show. For pre-match
That's
Muti, he has not
incredible.
missed one show. And this is
Incredible.
on
Yes.
together. But I will say this. Between Silo and Wonga right now, they're sitting on 42 appearances for Goal Lounge TV. They're 8 away from making their 50th. These guys are experienced campaigners now in the Goal Lounge squad.
They're the
Congratulations.
veterans. They're the veterans of the squad.
With the
We're about
veterans,
to release you guys on a free. You guys have been here too long.
We're gonna give you a testimonial soon with Mark Noble.
Are you gonna release us to another club, man, to another show?
Yeah, on a free.
Wonga,
Let me
final
say that,
thoughts on
Claude.
this game before we move on to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, final thoughts. Just having said that, I mean, I sort of like wrote down who I'd start in the Arsenal squad. And to look at it, we have a lot of decent players. I mean, despite what I've said, we have a lot of decent players. And I think if we can find consistency, we can find goals in this team. I mean, we've got the good players like Saka, the 19-year-old, very young. Aubameyang, people have said he shouldn't be playing down the left, but he's scoring especially coming back, scoring many of the goals down the left. Like I said as well, also looking threatening when he does play and when he does come on. I think Arsenal does have what it takes to beat a Tottenham, but it definitely won't be an easy game because Tottenham also have firepower up front. Maybe a London derby, but yeah, no one can deny it. They have probably the best, like we have all said it, probably one of the best attacking players in, you could arguably say, the world, in Son, Harry Kane, and Gareth Bale, especially Gareth Bale waking up now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be a great game.
Waking from
it
his
could be
slumber.
a boring one. Huh?
No, I said waking from his slumber there, Gareth Bale. No, I
Yeah,
think you got a good
yeah.
point there. You got a good point. But save the rest of that for the betting corner, which will be on after this next game we're going to talk about, and that's the Wolves Liverpool game, guys. And that's the one there, Silo. Now I can be excited. I'm super happy about this one.
Yeah, speak, but
I mean,
show me the
last night-
excitement. You play the Portuguese
Yes.
B team. You know what I mean? Yesterday you guys played Leipzig, you know, a difficult team, but a team that actually plays into your hands because they wanted to have the ball as well. And obviously you guys took advantage. I haven't seen the goals yet. I don't really watch Liverpool highlights that much. So I just know that they won.
Does anyone else notice? He says, yes, say your piece, speak about your team, and then he has to have the introduction. Did anyone else notice that? No,
It's a little
He's
thing.
got to
It's
be
a little
working
thing.
through balls.
So what must I do? What must I do? You're my biggest rival. What must I do? Must I just let you be? I must just give you let you be. This is your worst season, so I must. Even when you're doing well, I'm gonna still try to bring you down, man.
Yeah, well, you keep trying because I'm telling you now, right now, I mean, our current, if we're looking at Liverpool from a European sort of run, there again, quarterfinal, we've done it again, through to the next round. I mean, you've mentioned sort of Red Bull coming at Liverpool, there were two important factors in yesterday's game. And one was that we're obviously coming into the game leading. So Red Bull had to come at us, always plays into our hands. And then the second one that got me so amped was Fabinho. Fabinho playing in the center midfield. Thank you. If he's one of the best players to be playing in that position, why isn't he playing there? I was saying, like, if you're looking at Van Dijk, we are fortunate. We've got a Rolls-Royce player at that position in centre back. Without him, now we've taken our Rolls-Royce in the centre mid and we've played him centre back. If that player is so good in that position, just keep him there. You can put two forwards in the back and, you can get across the line if you've got two forwards just doing the job. You don't need to win every week with a world-class centre back. But a centre mid who's going to control and protect the two, fantastic. So for me, even Thiago, guys, Thiago was looking at play yesterday. He had the freedom. He didn't mind because he was like, hey, he's got his Brazilian brother there. They're both speaking Portuguese. They're doing things. He even had a bit of a kung fu through ball to Salah, and Salah should have scored. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was a phenomenal pass. Did anyone see that?
No. I need to give this match a bit more attention. Sorry, man.
But tell me, are you thinking that your way into the Champions League is winning the Champions League?
Am I thinking it? I've made the statement a couple of times saying that's right now it's the most realistic in terms of being the only opportunity. I would say. I think the league's
You know what?
But,
You know
I
what's
mean,
quite funny with that though, Claudio. If you guys go on to win it, the team that finishes fourth don't get Champions League, which is
Is that
a
West Ham or
race.
Chelsea?
There's going to be a race. There's going to be a race for fourth, and it happened when Chelsea won the Champions League because Spurs finished fourth, Newcastle finished fifth, and Chelsea finished sixth. And Spurs lost their spot. So
that was nice.
I mean, you know, you got West Ham and Chelsea and Leicester fighting for that fourth spot there. Even Everton in the mix, and it would be quite funny if Liverpool go through the back door.
That would be a heartbreak. Imagine.
But also another interesting one, guys, is that let's say for instance Spurs win Europa League, guys. You can only have 5 English teams in the Champions League maximum.
Yeah.
So obviously Spurs would also qualify by being the winners. So that would reduce it. So if Liverpool win, Spurs win, they come in with only 3 of the other teams.
Yeah. No, so it's quite funny. Just something to think about. So you got a backdoor.
Yeah,
but I mean, you got a couple of games. Think about it. It's essentially 5 games to get into the Champions League, and if you put all your eggs in one basket, I think it's very doable.
Yeah, I mean 5 games against 3 teams, so 2 games against 1 team, which you can get right. And if one thing I will say about Liverpool, technically speaking, is in the Champions League, we all know this. They've got this sort of romantic relationship with it. It doesn't really matter how good their team really is, or the moment they find themselves within the league. There's just this sort of like deep instilled belief that in that moment in time they can make something happen. So that's slightly got us all a little bit more excited. As for the game coming this weekend against Wolves, I mean, look, Klopp's already downplaying expectations, saying we know we're near competing. And also, if you look at the 2 boys that played centre half last night, Phillips had a phenomenal game, and Ozan Kabak, you know, he did the job. But if you're going to be playing against Bayern Munich or against one of your other PSG, maybe, you know, going forward, it's going to be a lot harder to handle. But again, we always know Liverpool is geared up. They get up for tournament football, you know, that once-off teams coming at them. So that's where the positive is. And again, speaking about the Wolves-Liverpool game, if I'm analyzing Wolves, I mean, we all know it's no secret that this season they've struggled to score goals. So that's something we can take to heart. And the second point is we're not playing at home, so we can build on that. So, you know, I'm confident this week, and even better, another third point I can add to all of this is that we played yesterday evening, and now we're getting the weekend off, so a little bit more time for the team to gel a bit. And then they're only playing on Monday, so they're getting a bit more of a break compared to what they normally have. So that's another positive. So I think they're going to go to Wolves, and they'll get the 3 points.
And Clouds, you guys have 8 straight league wins against Wolves. Chasing back.
Up to Rich there, boy. He just knows how to make us feel good.
It's looking good, bro.
He's coming in. He's making everyone feel happy. He's making everyone feel happy except for me.
I aim to please.
Right, guys, but that brings us to our next thing. And I'm glad you've mentioned these stats because it helps our guys watching who are placing bets. I'm going to go to the bets. What's happening there? What's the score there with United? Anyone know?
Slaphead just missed the sitter.
Oh, no.
I mean, if you're going to open the line with Slaphead, then there's a surprise.
Wait. He hits. Oh, okay. So it's a flick on from McTominay, and then it goes to the back post. And as it's about to go out, he hooks it with his left, and it hits the post, and then it goes up in the air.
So he was clearing it.
He was trying to score, and he hit the post.
Well, that's 80 million pounds. £80 million worth of a player that. All right, guys. Betting corner. We're going to go through some of the games. Because relegation is heating up this season. It's going to be one of the tightest relegation battles I think I've seen for that 3rd spot. So we're going to touch on 1 or 2 of those fixtures, and we're going to start with Rich in the bottom. Then we're going to go Wonga. Then we're going to go Nick. Then we're going to go Silo. And we're going to end off with me. So first game we're going to be talking about is the Newcastle Aston Villa game. Richard, let's hear your thoughts. And guys, if you are putting money on this game, Richard and Silo had. They put some money on last week. They lost, but they were close nonetheless. So let's hear it, Rich.
Yeah, I was gutted about that bet that I put Silo that we put. But you know what?
I was also gutted.
It happens.
Okay.
It happens. You know what? This is a massive game for the team, and I won't lie. I'm gonna go with Newcastle on this one because of the history, and also just to keep Villa beneath us. because they're small and they must stay down. They mustn't come up to where we are at the top. So I think it'll actually be a good result for West Ham just to keep those type of sides, beneath us and a bit of distance. I'm gonna go 2-1 Newcastle.
Hey.
Yeah, I think I also say the same thought as Rich there. I just think, well, I would like to think that Newcastle understand the situation that they are in, and I think at the end of the day, I mean, even if you own the club, or whether you own the club or you're coaching the club, or whether you're playing for the team, getting relegated, a lot of things will change, and I don't think the players would want that. So hopefully, I mean, that sort of sinks in and they end up fighting for each other, so they can stay afloat, because it is possible. I mean, Aston Villa as well. They've got what it takes also beat Newcastle based on what's currently happening. But I think I do see Newcastle, they can win it, and I would give them a 1-0 win. To Aston Villa.
Well, that's 2 out of 2 for you, Nick.
So yeah, I'm quietly optimistic. I think we have it in our locker to potentially spring a surprise and win the game. A couple of things need to happen. The correct players need to be picked. Players that want to fight for the club, and I think we need to go on the front foot. We at home, we were very negative in stages against a team that's conceded so many goals at home, being West Brom. Whereas I hope the approach is different, where we just push on, kick on, and potentially get the win. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 win. Actually, let me go 2-1 because we'll definitely concede, guaranteed.
Is Andy Carroll scoring, Nick?
Oh, I'd love Andy to score. I'd love him to score in a win and just to shut Bruce up. But yeah, if Andy plays, I think he'll score in a game like this. Personally, if he plays,
yeah, agreed.
So 2-1 win. I'll stick with that.
Man, I would like to give a win to Nick, but this one I think on the predictor I said a 1-1. That predicted thing I did, so I think it's going to be a draw. It's a point forward for Nick. I think Fulham has a tough fixture, right? Fulham's next 3 fixtures are tough, so I think if you guys will get 4 points out of your next 3 games, that'll be good for you guys. I think you will get a win, but not today. I mean, not tomorrow, sorry, but definitely a draw.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp. I'm in the same camp as the draw. I don't see them winning it just because they got no firepower out there, but I think they can frustrate Villa at the back and keep it tight. And the positive is they are playing at home, so they know their ground very well. And Steve Bruce would be working on his set pieces. So let's hope Andy Carroll comes on and does the tractor thing and bulldozes his way, or bulldozer rather part, and then does something. Like so I'm going to go with 1-1 draw too, 1-1. So next game we're going to touch on. And by the way, Pumalani is in agreement with the Newcastle win. So that's 4. I think that's 4 out of the 6 sort of predictions.
Man, backing for the team, you like to see it.
Come on, lads,
Everyone wants to see Nick. Everyone wants to see Nick back on the show, guys.
Yeah, I need to have a beer and relax watching that game. I need to just be relaxed when I go to bed on Friday night. Because then I'm going to take that frustration if we lose, and then I'm going to put it into my game when I play with the team that I coach on the weekend. So I need positive energy when I go for my job. So Newcastle need to keep me sane, please.
Keep him out of Vescopi, get him the 3 points, guys. Come on, you know how it is. Come, Rich. Southampton versus Brighton. Next game.
This is actually a tough one to call because Southampton are in like horrendous form at the moment. They're struggling big time. And, Brighton away from home have actually got some decent results this season on the road. Honestly, though, I'm gonna have to go with Southampton because they're at home and they're just in need of a win to try and just break away from that relegation scrap that they're slowly starting to find themselves in. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Southampton.
Yeah, I think I'm reaching a role. It's Southampton also terrible form. At times when I watched Brighton, though, they looked like a good team. They looked like they could win games, but that hasn't happened often. But because of that, I'll give the win to Brighton, despite them playing away. I'll say they win 2-1 on the day. but I really don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you.
Why is Percy
Doesn't say
Tau not
Brighton.
getting game time?
Hey man, I think you know the
Yeah.
problem
there's
is
a lot of talk
is that-
about that.
is when you in the relegation dogfight, right? You're gonna pick players that you've known for the longest, that you can feel that you can trust, So he plays Trossard. Trossard is a hot and cold player. He can be amazing one week and be rubbish the next week. So that's a player I think he's competing directly with, Trossard, and he starts. Mope obviously is a central striker, so he will generally get the game time.
Fuck,
But I think,
Mope.
man,
Mope is such an
hey, man, I
arsehole.
also hate him. He's such a dick. So I just wish that
Yeah.
I wish that Tau got more game time. But hey, man, it's being tricky. Even coming on as a sub, man. When they bring on subs, they bring on Welbeck. Who else? There's another guy called.
Bring on like Solly March and like Lallana
Yeah,
will come
man.
off the bench.
Exactly. They play these guys that he trusts, and it's just a
Yeah.
bit tricky for Percy Tau. But
No,
it's
that's
also
a good
tough
point.
to. It's also tough to adjust to a new league, but hopefully he gets. Hopefully they stay up, and then he can have a pre-season.
Yeah, I think,
What-
like for me, I personally think that, Southampton they've had this a couple of times this season where they've got absolutely pumped, and they sort of need to put a performance on the next week or the next game. I mean, it's not even a week turnaround. I think they will have enough. I think Brighton's downfall is they're trying to play good football in a relegation scrap, and unfortunately, it's not going to work. I mean, you're going to play good football until you're relegated, and you can continue playing that good football in the Championship. So, I think Southampton. Yeah, I think Southampton will have enough. I think they need to bounce back because they're getting sucked into it. Listen, if Brighton win, that opens it up. Then you're talking about Southampton potentially as an outsider to be pulled into the last 10 games of a relegation battle. So I'm going to go with Southampton. Also, I've got personal interests in that because I don't want Brighton to win. So Southampton must win 2-0.
Man, I think, amen. I see a draw because I do see Brighton obviously putting on a performance.
They are draw specialists.
They are draw specialists, exactly. I think Brighton has drawn the most games this season. So I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Man, but the Saints, man, at the back, they can be really shaky. You know what I mean? If you put pressure on them, if you put pressure on them, like I don't know what they were doing against City. They literally gave City 2-3 goals.
Exactly.
But okay, yes, they've got the firepower of Che Adams, and they've obviously got Ward-Prowse, who, if he gets a free kick or a penalty, it's a sure goal. So I think 1-1.
1-1. Yeah, man. Brighton, they have to get something. They can't afford to drop points here. And Southampton, like you guys have mentioned, terrible form. They do have the firepower, like you touched on, settle between Ings and Che Adams and all that sort of stuff. But hey, I'm going to go backing Brighton here. I think they're going to upset the apple cart. And they're going to get their 3 points this weekend. Then the Seagulls are going to fly. They're going to fly high. All right, next game. Fulham versus a Man City. Richard, let's hear it. And again, we're covering these teams, guys, because this is big news, not only for Nick, but the relegation battle. It is on and it is alive, and we like it because we can't sit at the top of the table. So now we're focusing on the bottom of the table.
Fulham, Man City. I've been very, very impressed with Fulham the last 8 to 10 games. I think they were better. They were the better team in a number of games, and they came off as the loser. And in the last 5 or so, they've picked up some really good results. And finally, their hard work's been starting to show. In this case, I must be honest, I don't see them getting anything from this game. I just think Man City, at the Cottage, you'd back them every day to win that game. As much as I have a soft spot for Fulham and I want them to stay up and do well, I would expect City to win this. So I'm gonna go 3-0 Man City.
Yeah, I think Man City also did. Man City did well to actually. I mean, most teams they lose one game and you end up starting you start a bad run, and they did well. Maybe they were fortunate to also have Southampton directly after Man United, but yeah, they did well in. Scoring 5 directly after losing a game. Yeah, I mean, I'd also like Fulham to win it. So nothing just looks. Everything doesn't go as straightforward as it looks. Just for that. I'm hoping. I mean, Scott Parker can. I mean, get these guys to do something. I mean, they've played well. And when you listen to the coach as well, it seems that they're actually trying to win games in a positive way as well. It's not trying to just scrape them through or try and win and that. So I would like to say it's a 1-1 draw. I'm
Yes,
hoping
Come on,
Fulham.
the cottages.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Fulham. I'm hoping that Fulham gives them a
Give a prediction. Don't hope. Give a prediction. Bro.
I'm hoping that Fulham gives them. Okay, 1-1.
Nah,
Nice.
man, come on.
Nice.
You're killing me here. You're killing me.
Look,
listen, this is straightforward. It's a 4-0 win for City. 4-0 win. And if you guys
you said the same thing with Liverpool.
No.
The same thing.
Yeah, Liverpool, I can't trust them anymore, but I can trust Pep and the boys there. They're gonna bounce back 4-0. It's gonna be easy for them. That's it. And they're gonna get a worse goal difference, and it's gonna help Newcastle. So 4-0 win City. And don't deviate from that. Please, I need good energy here. Fucking hell, man.
The man's crazy. I mean, the man's gone crazy. I mean, Nick's gone crazy. He's like angry at us. But I think it's
like
going to be
an Eminem song that he's gone crazy.
I think it's going to be a 2-1 to Man City. I do feel that Fulham will get a goal, so it could be a 2-1 or 3-1. I think Fulham somehow will get a goal. They're looking good, man. Ask Liverpool.
nice. But what I think this is a classic sort of boxing match scenario where you got a heavyweight boxer. He's just taken one to the chin, and that was last week's result against United. And he's got two choices. Yeah, he stays on his feet, even though his legs are wobbly, and he comes back stronger and he ends strong, or his legs stay wobbly and the underdog gets the better of him. And I'm with Wonga here in that sort of camp going, are going to do something this weekend. They're going to do it. And I think, I don't know, maybe even possible win. As I see Pumalani here saying, 2-0 to City. He's also saying chances of being relegated and goal difference. That's also a very interesting question that we can touch on after this. But Fulham are going to get something here. And I'm going to say 1-1 there with Wonga. That's what I'm saying.
Man. Come on, guys.
Cheeky 100 rand bet. Cheeky 100 rand bet, Carl?
Cheeky, yeah. Does anyone have the odds on that? Because I think that's worth a bet. If anyone wants to go do that.
Let me go to the odds while you guys are chatting about the next game, and I'll give you the odds on that.
Yeah, please. And the next game.
Wolves, Liverpool. Liverpool have won their last 8 games in a row against Wolves in the league. I don't see that changing. Liverpool are playing away, which means they actually have a chance of getting something, because at home they just can't buy results. So I'm going to go Liverpool 2-1.
Yeah, so I also don't see. I mean, if Wolves are also in bad form, but Liverpool look like they picked up on the weekend. I mean, during the week. I think Liverpool wins it. I said last week Liverpool would win it, but you never know what can happen. 2-0 to Liverpool. Oh, wait, 2-1. Jeez, that defense. No, 2-1.
For me, I said it a few weeks ago, and I know you defended your Portuguese brothers there, Claudio, but I don't buy that Wolves have been horseshit this season. Like, I understand they lost their striker, but I mean, I looked at how many points they're off Newcastle, and we are really crap. I mean, we're not even that far off them. So I think it's going to be, I personally think that you will comfortably win, and you'll start climbing the table, and you might finish in the Europa Conference League spots, and that might be a win for you guys this season. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. I think you'll get a clean sheet. I think that win in the week is going to be pivotal in your climb back to the glory days of the third-rate European competition.
Yeah. I think Liverpool are going to win 2-1 because they're not playing at Anfield. Anfield, I've got different predictions. So if you give me all the Anfield games now to predict till the end of the future.
Conditional.
I can predict the results. I can predict the future. I can predict what's going to happen at Anfield. But at Wolves, yeah, man, you guys will win 2-1.
Yeah, listen to. Did you guys see the disrespect there from Pumza? Mid-table battle. That's what he said. Mid-table battle. Yeah, no. It's gonna be. It's gonna be a clean. I think it's going to be a clean break. It's going to be a 2-0 win. They're going to get the clean sheet because Fabinho, he's home now. He's found his spot. Klopp's gone, why did I ever make you sleep in the spare bedroom? We always knew this was your room and we're accommodating other people. It's time to put you back in your room. And now I think we're good from that perspective just for this game. And 2-0 win. Now the next one, big game for our two panelists over here. We've got Selo, Lolo, Kale, and then obviously Opta Rich, the man with all the facts and the stats and everything else you want to call. And also, we've got to mention best friends with Colton Cole. Let's keep pushing that because that's a true story.
Yes,
that's true.
Man United
we need to get him on the show before the end of the
versus
season.
West Ham.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Rich, you need to make it happen.
This is always a game I look forward to watching. Everyone wants to play against Man United. It's a game where you kind of have to up your game. You know, you're going to the theatre of dreams. It's a place we don't normally get any results, but we drew there last season when we were on our way down, and we managed to get a vital point. This season, we played well. We were winning at halftime, and then, a few things happened in the second half, and we lost our heads, and that was that. So I'm going to back my boys. I have to be bold. It's a season where we're just riding a roller coaster, and you know what? I'm going to go with a West Ham win. I'm going to go a sneaky little 3-2 West Ham win. There's going to be goals in this one. Come on, the lads. Pity Jay Lings
Chris
isn't there
with the assist, no doubt.
Oh, Chris was getting an assist full on.
Yeah, I don't know how much of. We didn't play the whole season with Lingard, but I think they would definitely miss him. I agree with Pumlani that I think Man United will take it 3-1. I have to respect that they are second on the table.
Look at those flexing, boy, flexing.
Yeah, you can't say much. There's a huge gap between them and Man City, but yeah, they are second on the table. And I think, they have what it takes to confidently win this game against West Ham.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with Rich here. I don't know if it's going to be a win, but I think they're going to come away with something. I do see goals. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be very entertaining. I mean, who can stop West Ham at the moment? It's no one really has proven that in the last couple of weeks. So, it's up to Man United to go put in a good performance, obviously coming off a good win. But I do think playing in the week is going to be at the advantage of West Ham because they will be more sort of fatigued. They're not going to be as fresh. And I think you guys will catch them. Your home form's not as good, Silo. So let's go 2-2.
Get in there, Nick. Pumalani, why are you sour?
Yeah, man. I think we're gonna win this game. David Moyes is gonna be thinking too much, going back to Old Trafford, too much in his mind, not setting up properly. That whole inferiority complex that he has sometimes. I'm gonna give West Ham a goal. But just we're gonna win 2-1.
Messi will score at least one.
Thanks, Elo. I think that's a valid point. You mentioning his PTSD there. I think him sitting in that dugout, things just shake up. And I think it's, how you always say conditional sort of predictions. I think this is conditional as to whether we see the Bambi version of David Moyes or the Mufasa version of David Moyes. And if he comes in there with conviction, then then I've got full force in David Moyes getting something there at Old Trafford. But obviously, we know his traditional Bambi face that he pulls, and his eyes are big, wide, looking like a Disney character. So I think they're going to get something. I think West Ham are going to win it 2-1 just because Cresswell, I trust the boys from Liverpool, and he's got a wicked left foot. So 2-1 there.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, lads.
Guys, Mourinho versus Arteta, Bale, Kane, and Son versus Saka. What are the predictions here, guys?
This is a very interesting one because the history books say Arsenal will definitely not lose this game, and you look at Spurs who've had a really up and down season. It's just been quite average for them. But you've got someone like Bale, who I slotted into my fantasy team, and he's just been banging in the points, and they're looking dangerous. So they're a massive threat. Arsenal are at home, however, so I'm going to sit on the fence on this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in the North London derby. Point apiece.
Yes, man. I need a win here.
You can't beat Burnley. How the hell are you going to beat Spurs, man?
That's a good question.
The chickens of London.
Myself, to be honest with you. I won't even. The only thing, really, if you're looking at it, Son, Kane, Bale, on form against our back. Well, Tierney, okay, is good going forward, but I mean those two centre backs, we're just unsure of them. There's not really much consistency there. Yeah, my goodness me. And like I said, Harry Kane doesn't need to be in the box now to score. So yes, none of them need to be in the box to score. Goodness me. All I can hope for is that they're not so great. Also, I mean, they're also being inconsistent at the back as well. And Aubameyang is also firing. Saka, we've got him on form. So but I need a win of this. Cheers. I just don't know if it'll come. I say, to be fair, 2-2 draw.
He's stalling.
2?
What's the best case scenario there for Wonga?
That's the best thing I can do.
I'm back in Spurs. Yeah, I think they're going to score 2-3 goals. I'm going to actually go 3-1 Spurs. 3-1. Easy victory. Keep you guys there in the middle of the table. Maybe drop into 11th. And you can fight with me there, Wonga. Eh?
I can't say anything. I literally can't say anything. Every week I'll be like, no, we need to win. And next thing you know, someone's going to score from the halfway line.
I think I remember the last game, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. That game, Spurs were all over Arsenal. That goal from Son, Wonga threw a fit on the next show. Even I remember, I think Arsenal's going to be up for this game. They're gonna bring their A game, but Tottenham is also going to bring their A game. I just see Spurs nicking it 3-2.
3-2. Yeah, no. I said this is what's going to happen, guys. You guys play pinball, yeah? You know, play pinball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to be, bro. This is where Spurs are at right now. Spurs, Mourinho's going, I'm just going to go firepower with firepower. And it's going to be a pinball machine going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the difference is Spurs are going to have the quality. No doubt they're going to score goals, Arsenal, because they shit at the back, Spurs. So that's why they're going to outscore them. But I think they're going to be tons of goals. I think Wonga is going to celebrate a little bit inside because Bale is going to get his hat-trick and they're going to go crazy. And there's going to be all this noise about Bale. And I think it's going to be 5-2 to Spurs. 5-2. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Guys,
Wow.
I've never heard a prediction that had 7 goals in the game.
That's incredible.
Wonga's going to have nightmares tonight.
Yeah, guys. Wow. 5-2. I wasn't sure I heard right. I had to tune in back. Oh, 5-2. Wow.
They are feeling it. They are feeling it. Between Bale and Kane. Kane's like, I'm a world beater, and I've got a world beater friend.
So you're saying I must drop Son and bring Bale into my fantasy?
You need Bale, bro. You need him. Trust me, I hopped on the Bale train 2 weeks ago, and it's been magnifique.
I need to do that. Okay, cool.
Well, think about it. Just think about it. If he doesn't, as things stand, he's going back to Madrid. He's playing in a London derby for his home Spurs. I mean, it's going to be carnage. I think it's going to be a crazy weekend.
And he's closer to home now. So
yeah. So that's pretty much my thoughts, my views, guys. Final words, and that pretty much concludes the show for today. But final words before we go.
This is war, Celo. This is war. We're enemies until after the game, and then we can be friends again.
All the best, man. All the best, Rich.
May the best man win.
Please say your prayers tonight for my team.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
man.
We'll pray for Nick. We'll have you in our thoughts.
Yeah, we just want Newcastle in the Premier League next season, and then
I just need John Joe Shelby to go kick Grealish there at the just the base of his knee there, just to wipe him out, and then I think he'll be good.
He can't go for the calf, because if he goes for Grealish's calves, he'll break his own leg if he tries to kick his calf.
Yeah,
Good luck, Nick.
That's
Newcastle are too big to go down, bro. It would be a shame if Newcastle went down.
For the third time in my fucking adulthood. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
Wonga, people have been waiting. They're waiting in anticipation to hear your final words there.
What final words? I don't know. It's going to be a mixed one this weekend. I don't even know what to say. I just want to win. I need the win. But like you said, Bale, and that's the one thing I'm very worried about, is that guy. Yes, he always against Arsenal, always. And now here he's back again. Jeez.
Fuck you, Jason.
Jay.
I've got one question. I want to end off with Jason asking him this question. Newcastle, if they get relegated and they go to the Championship, do we have Nick back on our show, Jason? And don't take your time because we're ending the episode today. But yeah, I want to see your response right now.
Come on, man.
Really?
What are we going to do? Sky Bet Championship segment.
Yeah, we have to, man. Do a little 15-minute every time, focusing on who's looking good for promotion.
I can tell you about Preston North End and Barnsley.
And Luton.
Luton Town.
Well, yeah, I need it.
There you have it. Gentlemen, Jason says
he's out of 10 weeks left with me, boys. 10 weeks off with me if we don't get turned around. So then I'm out.
Nick, your boys are fighting for your continuity on this show, bro.
Yeah,
they better pull something out the bag.
I'll have to go into the South African segment of Goal Lounge here to speak about NXT and PSL.
Nick, it's fine. I've got so many West Ham shirts, bro. You're more than welcome to join me.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
Dude, there's nothing wrong, dude. We'll naturalize you like a lot of the South African players are doing, living in the UK, qualifying for an English sort of call-up. We'll do the same for you for Sundowns and possibly West Ham, or even better, Fulham. So that's what we'll do for you. All good. All right, guys, and that concludes the 25th episode of Pre-Match Muti, brought to you by Goal Lounge, and that's us,
and
guys.
Castle Lager.
Uncut for the goals, for fans, and Castle Lager, and
Devil's Peak.
Yeah, Devil's Peak. Yes. And Wonga's 2-liter bottle of water. Was it 4 liters? I don't know. What do you have? Did you have it?
No, it's finished. I never followed up.
Right, everyone, enjoy the football. Have a good evening.
Peace.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.